In this video, you're going to learn how to build your first SMS AI agent using n8n and go high level. I'm going to be taking you through a complete beginner's guide on how to set up this agent. And this agent right here is able to take in incoming inquiries via SMS. It's going to contact n8n, and then from there, it's going to be using a custom knowledge base and prompt, and then it's simply going to respond to the customer. And by the end of this video, you have a completely free blueprint that you can just go ahead and download and implement into your Go High Level and n8n account so you can set up your first AI SMS agent. If you don't already know me, my name is Ashton. I've been helping business owners build AI solutions and voice AI agents to save time, cut costs, and drive growth. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video and I'll show you a demo of how this system works. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and submit this form that's on my website in this case, and then you can see how the AI agent will be able to make an outbound message to get the lead engaged, and then also respond to the lead, through inbound SMS as well. So let's go ahead and submit this form. I'm going to come back over to n8n right here. So we can see it's going to send an initial message right there. And then that is just an internal notification on my end. So in reality to the customer, they would just be getting this message right here. So let's actually go ahead and respond to it. We'll say, hello, looking, for a voice AI agent, right? You can go ahead and send that. And then you can see the execution in n8n is going to come in here soon, right here. So you can see that's the execution right there. And it's used that AI agent to respond to it. What's your budget and timeline? We'll do 10,000. Looking to get started in 3 days. And yes, I am the owner. I'm going to submit that, and then you can see you can trigger a new inbound message right here into our n8n workflow, contacting this AI agent, as you can see right there, and then it'll go ahead and respond. So perfect, you qualify, please book a discovery call to discuss these details. And then right there, that is just a link to my discovery calendar. So that's just a quick demo of the system so you can see how it works. It made that initial outbound message. Don't really worry about that. That's an internal message set to my number. So that's going to happen every time a new lead submits a form. So it's going to make that outbound message. And then as soon as the customer responds, it's really quick to actually go ahead and activate everything, and then send that by SMS, and then go ahead and qualify and just do the normal prompting route that we've got here in n8n. So that's just a quick demo of the agent. Now let's jump into high level and n8n, and I'll quickly show you how you can set this up for yourself. Okay, awesome. And we are in the automation section here in Go High Level. If you don't already have a Go High Level account, feel free obviously to sign up. It's quite a good, comprehensive platform. But this right here is the automation section. And essentially this section right here just allows us to create, no code, low code automations right here. So very similar to n8n and very similar to make.com. But obviously we have the capabilities of all their other features such as calendars, contacts, and everything. So, it makes it really useful. So we've got two automations right here. So let's dive into the first one, which is going to be the first outbound initial message. So go ahead and click on that right here. This is going to be the trigger. So the trigger is form submitted. So as soon as someone submits a form, this can either be, a Facebook lead form. If we go right here, you can add a Facebook lead form right here. This is very useful when you're, working with people that run ads and have those Facebook lead forms. You can have that as a trigger as well. But for this demo, it's just a website form. So we're going to need a trigger for this workflow. It's going to be the website form trigger right here. And then from there, it's going to immediately send that SMS step right there. So it's going to send that initial SMS. This can be whatever you want. This is going to be, the same every single time. And this is really useful to, automatically engage that lead as soon as they've shown interest in our services right there. So as we can see, if we come back to our website, in this case, this was the form right here. It's then going to trigger this automation. And then from there, it's going to wait. So it's going to wait 24 hours. So after 24 hours, it's going to see if the contact replies, is this going to end? And then after 24 hours, if it doesn't reply, it's going to send another follow-up message. So this is really good to, automate all these follow-ups. And then from there. So this is just a pretty simple automation right here inside Go High Level. This is all that it's doing. Of course, if you do want this template and these workflows, I'll leave everything down below in the link description for free. I've got a free resource hub in school, which has a bunch of templates, automations, everything to help you get started building AI agents. So again, this is the first SMS right here. So pretty simple right here. Again, the form submitted, blah, 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 everything happens right there. So again, make sure you publish this and save it. And again, nothing really special is happening in that automation. Now, this is where we kind of send that information to n8n and create this SMS AI agent. So that's going to be SMS2. So Essentially, the trigger here is going to be the customer applied. So as soon as we send that first outbound message, as you saw in the demo, it's then going to wait until the customer replied. As soon as they reply, it's then going to get that message that they sent to the AI agent. It's going to come in here. It's going to send that information over to n8n. n8n is going to process that automation and use AI to figure out the most appropriate response. And then from there, it's going to send it back into Go High Level to then send the SMS. So that's just a quick simplified, overview of how it's actually works. So if we come in here to the trigger, it's obviously customer replied, and then the filter right here is SMS. So of course you can set this to, Instagram DM, live chat, all these type of things, but we only want this workflow to trigger for SMS. And you can even add filters to reply to workflow. So you can filter out for the agent to only reply to messages that have been sent from another workflow. But yeah, that's the only filter we have in here for SMS for the purpose of this video, which is then going to trigger this automation. And then from here, we have the webhook. So this is really important. This allows us to send data that we have from Go High Level to then n8n. So if we come into here, we've got a few things. So first of all, this is going to be a custom webhook right here. Obviously the event is custom. The method is post. This is really important. Make sure it's a post method. You don't want get, put, delete. Just make sure it's post. And then here, this is the webhook URL right here. So if we come over to n8n, we come back into the editor right over here. The webhook URL is going to be this webhook right here. And of course, if you do download this template, for yourself, you'll get everything already included within that template. So if we come down here, that's going to be the webhook. And essentially what it's doing is it's sending information that we've got from the customer, the SMS, the contact, the phone number, and the message that they've just replied to. And it's sending that information to that webhook via the JSON body right here. So essentially, it's coming in, it's triggering this workflow, it's sending that information that we got from the SMS, sending it via JSON, and then it's sending it to n8n to go ahead and process. So if you can see, this is what the raw body JSON looks like right here. These are called double curly brackets. I'll leave the entire raw body right here inside my free resource hub, so you can just go ahead and copy and paste it, and everything will work. But right here, we've got the ID, so the contact ID in Go High Level. We've got the name, we've got the email, we've got the phone number. And then we've also got the message. So this is really important because this is going to be the message body of the customer that they initially replied to that first workflow. So again, this is going to be sent into n8n right here. And yeah, it's going to be a JSON. And as you can see, that is just some of the responses getting tested. So if we go ahead and save that action, and then let's go into n8n, I'll show you the setup over in n8n. Okay, and this is our n8n AI automation and workflow right here. So there's a few things happening in here. The first step is going to be that webhook. So obviously we're using that webhook address we have right here. We're coming back into this automation. We're pasting in here, and then it's getting sent all these JSON bodies right here into this n8n workflow. So as we can see, that is all the information that we have just got from High Level. So the phone number, the email, the name, ID, the message, all of that is in here, and that's going to be the information that has been sent over to that has been sent from Go High Level. So once we have that automation, it's then obviously going to trigger this workflow. It's then going to contact this AI agent right here, and there's a few things happening. So first of all, the prompt and user message is going to be that initial message, or the JSON body, or the message body, sorry, and it's going to be coming in here, and that's going to be the user message. So the AI agent, now sees this, and that's going to be that first part right there. And then from here, we have the system message right here. So this is essentially the prompt for our AI agent. Now, let's just quickly have a look at it. And of course, this can be really anything you want. It can be an appointment booking one. It can be a lead qualification. It can be, a customer support one. You can really customize this for your specific use case for an SMS agent. But this is just my prompt right here. So I've just said you are an SMS appointment setting agent for an AI agency. The job is to take incoming inquiries in which someone has responded to an initial SMS. So again, giving the AI a little bit of context to, behind that initial message that has been sent, because the AI doesn't really know what has been said before the conversation. It's only getting the message saying, yes, hi, I'm looking for that service, right? So for example, if I submit on a website, hello, do you guys do voice agents? And the first initial message after that is, hello, how can I help you, right? The AI agent's not going to know all that previous context inside the conversation. So we just need to let the AI agent know that the prompt or the user message that it's getting is going to be, not that it's just not really going to know in the context behind it. So we're just giving it a little bit of context in what is happening right there. Take that answer, then answer any questions the user may have, and then qualify the lead for a discovery call for the AI agency. Now, this prompt really just isn't, going in too much detail. I thought it's just a general overview on how to create your first SMS agent. But I'd also, share, all the type of things that are really in this prompt and what really goes into creating the agent. So, of course, you need to customize this prompt for whatever use case you have. Mine's just my AI agency. Right here, we've got the qualification criteria. So, again, just asking some qualification questions to qualify the lead. What's your budget? How soon are you looking to get started? Are you the main decision maker in the business? So again, this AI agent's going to qualify the lead based on this criteria. And then from here, we have an appointment link. So once they have qualified and you've answered any questions, then go ahead and send this link so they can book a discovery meeting inside the business's calendar. And then from here, we have a knowledge base. So again, it's going to use this knowledge base inside its prompt right here to answer any questions about the business. So for example, if I asked on the website form, hey, how are you going? Or maybe, what services do you offer? It's then going to use this knowledge base right here to respond to the lead, in real time. So it's going to be getting that information within inside that prompt right here. And then from here, we just have some notes. So this just is essentially making sure the AI agent or the SMS agent is very concise within its responses. So again, you need to make sure your responses are under 200 characters. So again, we don't want AI to ramble on, when you put, maybe something in ChatGPT, it gives you this long answer. We don't want that. We just want something that's very concise. So that's why we'll put here, your responses must be under 200 characters, please. So that's just the general prompt from here. Again, the OpenAI model we're using is going to be OpenAI. So I'll actually quickly go ahead and show you how to connect your OpenAI account. If we just go here, search OpenAI API key, come into the OpenAI platform. Awesome. All right. So I've just logged in here. And then once you're in the platform, you need to go down to API keys, create a new secret key, give it a name, n8n, go high level, whatever, right? Create secret key, and then it'll give you this long key right here. Go ahead and copy that in, come back to here, create a new credential, and then paste that API key right there. And you'll be all good to go and it'll give you green. But of course, since I've already connected my OpenAI account, I really don't need to do that. So that's how you, have access to the LLM or brain. And of course, even if you wanted to, you can go ahead and add, you can add Claude, you can add Gemini, you can add all these different models attached to your AI agent inside n8n. So that's going to be how you can add a brain to the AI agent. Connect that up right there. And then from here, we have some memory. So this is just a simple memory within n8n. So the agent can effectively remember the past conversations just from the first message. So the context window length right here is 5. So it can remember, the past 5 messages right here. And the key we're using for that is going to be the Go High Level contact ID. So that ID is now going to be used in n8n. So the AI agent can remember the context window and length for that specific contact. So for example, if I were to come back 2 days later and, send a message, it can use my contact ID within the workflow and it can remember, all the past messages. So that's how you can add just some simple memory onto the AI agent. And then from there, we have the response to webhook. So now that we've inputted that data inside n8n, we now need to, come up with our response and send that back to Go High Level to then, send an SMS. So once it has decided its answer, it's going to respond to the webhook. We're just using first incoming item. And as you can see, that's going to be the output right there. So once it has decided that answer, it's used OpenAI, it's contacted its memory, it's contacted the prompt, it's then going to respond to that webhook. So if we go back to our initial automation or the SMS2 right here, we can see once it has that response, it's going to be sending that back in. And then it's going just to be, sending that SMS out again. So as we can see, this is going to be the dynamic variable or the, the JSON right here that allows us to put in that response that we have from n8n right here and put it back into this, automation right here. So to do that, I'll obviously go ahead and you can, get this. I'll paste this in. Just make sure it looks exactly like this and it has this JSON body format. Otherwise, it won't work. So you need to make sure that it looks exactly like this if you're using the setup in this video. So obviously, then from there, from whatever output it is, it's just going to send that SMS right back to the customer. So yeah, that's just a quick overview of the AI agent. Of course, if you are a business owner and you've got any questions and you want an AI agent set up for you and your business, feel free to book a completely free discovery call down below in the link description and we'll be happy to help you out. And of course, if you do want this AI agent, this template, this prompt, the workflow, everything I've used in this video completely for free, make sure to go down to my free school community, join that, and then I've got a bunch of free resources as well also. But without further ado, I'll see you in the next video.